success. Can we clap for ourselves? Thank you so much. It is your presence that makes this occasion truly memorable and meaningful. As we witness the transition of leadership in our society, let us take a moment to reflect on the tremendous strides and accomplishments made over the years by successive presidents, some of whom are here today to grace the occasion with their esteemed presence. Past President Dikin Uche Agbanusi, past President Distinguished Professor Lawrence Ezemoye, you are here. Without you, this investiture will not be possible. It should be known that it's the past president that actually performed the ceremony of investiture to welcome the new president into the committee of presidents. Thank you for coming and making it possible. Before we proceed with the investiture of the 16th president of Nigerian Environmental Society, I would like to take a moment to express our gratitude towards individuals and corporate bodies who made financial contributions and supported this event in various ways. It should be noted that this event is self-funding, and those funding were made by friends and partners of the man we are honoring today, and of course of Nigerian Environmental Society. Thank you for your generous contribution and support. May I seek your indulgence to acknowledge the dedication and hard work of the members of organizing committee. Your tireless efforts and commitments towards ensuring the success of this event have been invaluable, and I cannot thank you enough. Your attention to detail and commitment to excellence have ensured that every aspect of this event is planned and executed flawlessly. I would like to specially recognize Dr. Idris. Please stand up, let's see because sorry. Dr. Idris, Dr. Idris, who is a member of my committee, Kayode, sorry. He is always on the ground to cover the gaps because I'm not on ground in Abuja. And of course, some of the other members are in diaspora. They are not on ground in Nigeria. Thank you, Kayode, for your efforts. And the rest of them were in diaspora. And of course, Pastor Form, who could not make it. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has played a role in making this event a success. Your presence, support, and contributions have made this event a truly memorable, special one. Thank you all once again, and I wish you all a pleasant and enjoyable ceremony. May I once again reiterate our purpose of coming here today. This event is an opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our past presidents, as well as to welcome our newly elected president, decorate him with the insignia of office, and present him formally to the public. I'm confident that under his able leadership, we will continue to make significant progress in fulfilling our mandate as a vision by our founding fathers. Once again, I extend my warm welcome to all of you, and I hope you have an enjoyable and memorable experience at the investiture ceremony today. Thank you so much. I have the singular honor to announce to this august body that the mother of the gentleman we are celebrating today, and of course, his amiable wife, are here. Mommy, you are welcome, man. You are welcome, man. It will not be possible to have this young man here with us without the mother in the first place. And of course, the wife, who is very supportive. Thank you so much.
All right, let's put our hands together and celebrate this great man who has put this program together and had made it possible for us to be here. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yes. The norm of the practice for every professional body is not to have long speech, but we cannot do without two important goodwill messages. The first one coming from the Board of Trustees to show their support for the president we have been we are invested today, and of course the College of Fellows, because he's also a member of the College of Fellows. May I invite my former boss, mentor, engineer I.C. Okoro, Vice Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Nigerian Medical Society, who is acting on behalf of the Chairman of the Board of Trustees. Please. Or you want to take it right here? After him, we will be having Chairman College of Fellows give his goodwill message as well. Thank you. You're welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I also wish to welcome all of you to this event on behalf of the Board of Trustees. Unfortunately, our chairman, Professor Babajide Alo, is unavoidably absent. He's traveled out of the country. And I'm going to be presenting this goodwill message on behalf of the board on his behalf as the vice chairman of the board. Goodwill message by the Board of Trustees and Committee of Past Presidents of the Nigerian Environmental Society. It is with great pleasure and admiration that we extend our heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Efebidiki Okobia on his investiture as the 16th president of this prestigious Nigerian Environmental Society. This is a remarkable achievement that truly reflects his exceptional leadership skills, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the advancement of environmental sector in Nigeria. As the former chairman of the Nigerian Environmental Society, FCT chapter, from 2015 to 2019, Dr. Okobia has left an indelible mark in the development of the nation's environmental policies and programs in this FCT. He has also served as the vice chairman president of Nigerian Environmental Society from 2019 to 2021, where he also demonstrated his passion for the protection of the environment and the preservation of its natural resources. Dr. Okobia's outstanding leadership was ably demonstrated as the chairman of the local organizing committee of the Abuja 2016. That was our national conference of the NES conference, which was highly successful here in Abuja. These laudable assignments are a testament to his unparalleled organizational skills and his ability to manage complex projects with efficiency and excellence. With Dr. Okobia's extensive experience and impressive credentials, we are confident that he is the perfect choice for the esteemed position of President of the Nigerian Environmental Society at this time. His credentials and capabilities are unquestionable, and we are honored to have him lead the society towards achieving its goals and objectives. As we take pride in his past achievements, we in the BOT are certain that Dr. Okobia will not only meet, but also exceed our expectations in his new role as the president of NES. His visionary leadership skills, his dedication and commitment to the environment will undoubtedly have a significant impact on the society and the entire environmental sector in Nigeria. The BOT and the Committee of Nigerian Environmental Society past presidents congratulate you, Dr. Kobia, on your ascendancy to the exalted position of primus inter pares in the society. We wish you every success in this assignment as national president of the premier and foremost environmental NGO and society in Nigeria. This is written for and on behalf of the Board of Trustees and past presidents of the Nigerian Environmental Society. Permit me to digress a little bit more to welcome again the mother of Dr. Kobia and the wife. It's my privilege to, I think she flew in from the UK for this ceremony. Madam, I hope I'm right. Okay. All right. Oh, Republic of Ireland. It's the same thing. They're in the same hemisphere. Thank you very much for coming. It's also an opportunity to see you live because it's always been flying in, and this is a privilege. Thank you very much. Dr. Kobia, we wish you all the best. This is written on behalf, the speech is read on behalf of Professor Babajide Alo, Fellow of Nigerian Environmental Society, Chairman, Board of Trustees of the Nigerian Environmental Society. Thank you very much.
We can do better. That was a very powerful, well-crafted, goodwill message. In fact, I've fallen a victim, but I need the Board of Trustees and the past president to come to my rescue and bail me out. To err is human, to forgive is divine. I've erred, and I want to express my sincerest apologies to the distinguished chairman of the occasion, who was supposed to have given his opening speech before the good message from the Board of Trustees. Excuse and overlook my shortcomings. I've seen my error, and it will not happen again. May I invite Major General Elias Eta, who is representing the distinguished chairman of this occasion, General Irabo, the CDS. Please come forward and give us your opening remarks, sir. I hope my apologies are accepted. I will not go to the guard room today. Please, sir. Thank you, sir.
The Master of Ceremonies, thank you very much. It's still left to be noticed whether we'll forgive that grave error. I will let it go because, you know, when you see a red cap chief, as far as I'm concerned, it's like a red cap chief. You can be carried away, and maybe that's what happened. It's good. It's all for a good cause. My name is Major General Elias Atu. Currently, I am the Commander, Defense Headquarters Garrison in Abuja here. And it is a great honor to be here representing our amiable Chief of Defense Staff. Permit me to please start by acknowledging in no particular order our dear mommy. Those of us that have lost ours, you know, when you see a mother like this, it speaks volume. Ma, you are welcome. And God continue to bless you and keep you for us, ma. And also our dear wife, Madam, you're welcome. Thank you. Our special guest speaker. So the acting chairman of the Board of Trustees, who has already given his goodwill message. The DG Nozra, it's a pleasure, sir. To have seen you at last. I've heard a lot about you. The past national presidents of this distinguished organization, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, sends his warm felicitations to the Nigerian Environmental Society. He is presently out of the country in faraway Japan, where God is later the 15th. He just finished and said, Commander, please make sure you represent me there today. And of course, who am I to say no? Would have loved to be here to celebrate with Dr. Kobia, but for other scheduled engagements, he's not in the country right now. So on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, I enjoin all well wishers to heartily congratulate the 16th National President of the Nigerian Environmental Society, Dr. Efe Okobia, Fellow of the Nigerian Environmental Society, whose investiture will take place within the hour, for a well-deserved honor to serve the society in this capacity. I pray that the Almighty God will grant you and your EXCO the wisdom and vision to graciously pioneer the affairs of the society for the next couple of years. I want to sincerely also thank the Nigerian Environmental Society for deeming it fit to extend a hand of fellowship to the armed forces by inviting the Chief of Defense Staff to grace this occasion as the chairman. We are indeed grateful. Let me use this opportunity to reiterate that what the Nigerian Environmental Society, and of course other societies and agencies that have to do with the environment represent, is a pillar, a major pillar of national security. This is because whatever happens to our environment affects us as human beings. It affects food security. It affects health security. And of course, the general well-being of the citizens. It is in this context that the Chief of Defense Staff thought it necessary to honor the invitation and to give credence to the society as partners in progress in national security and development. The armed forces of Nigeria will continue to give the necessary impetus to societies like this, organizations like this, in the attainment of their set objectives for the good of our people. On this note, I wish to commend the past presidents of this organization for your exemplary service to the Nigerian Environmental Society, and to Nigeria at large. We are indeed very grateful for all you have done to bring this organization to where it is today. It is my honor and privilege to, at this moment, declare this investiture ceremony open. Thank you. Yes.
We can do better than that. Can we give a round of applause one more time? Thank you very much. We truly appreciate that opening remarks. Thank you very much. All right. Welcome, those of you who just came in a few minutes ago. You are highly welcome and recognized. Yeah, we'll be moving quickly to the next. Before we take the next item, we'll be having more goodwill messages. I have one or two more. Please, at this moment, I'll be welcoming upstage for a goodwill message by the Chairman College of Fellows, NES, in the person of Professor Lawrence Eze-Monye. Let's put our hands together to welcome him upstage. Yeah, you keep clapping, encourage him. Yeah. Well.
I'd like to, first of all, recognize the chairman of today's occasion, the CDS, who has given us the required impetus to continue today's celebration with the presence of Major General Elias Atu. You're welcome, and we thank you very much. DG Nezra, very formidable colleagues of Nigerian Environmental Society, past president, national president. I take special recognition here for our very close compatriot in the Nigerian Environmental Society, Dr. Abdul. Please, you're welcome. Thank you. Also, let me join with the family support testament as I welcome the mother of our national president. Mom, you're welcome, and we thank you for coming. And the dear soulmate wife, brother, I'm sure you must have been hearing Lawrence, and we're seeing for the first time on this investiture. You're welcome, madam. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor to give a goodwill message on behalf of the College of Fellows. It is with great pleasure and of course singular honor that I stand here this afternoon on behalf of the College of Fellows of the Nigerian Environmental Society on this investiture of the 16th National President of our esteemed organization, Dr. Okovia, as I normally call him. Nostalgia takes me back to when I was president, and I remember my investiture then was by the Deputy Secretary General of United Nations, Dr. Amina Mohammed, and that kind of feeling I replicate today as we are honoring our 16th national president. Today's celebration is remarkable and also exceptional because the leader himself, the national president, is quite outstanding, is exceptional, and the import of today's outing is twofold. One, we have mooted the idea of College of Fellows for the last 7 years, and it is materializing today, which is a big milestone in the Nigerian Environmental Society. And the second import that requires our note is the 16th investiture. of Dr. Kobia, who has surmounted the rigors of environmental tutelage and now a leader in his own right, mentoring mentees, all in the desire to ensure that the environment is not only sustained, it's conserved, and of course, promoted beyond what we have today. I will not conclude without saying, reminding all of us that Mother Nature is still weeping. And the Nigerian environment demands our care more than ever before. Professor Dr. Kobia, well, it's a prophecy. Is a distinguished fellow of the Nigerian Environmental Society. A lot of us, particularly the very senior colleagues in the Nigerian Environmental Society, have described him as very visionary. And colleagues have also termed him as a transformational leader. And I'm here to testify that it's not only visionary and transformational, but Kobia's leadership is robust and astute and bespoke in all ramifications. Today's investiture marks the beginning of a new era. It's a time of joy. It's an invitation to work. And I speak this for real, having experienced the saddle of the national president of this society. So, dear President, as you go through the investiture today, remember that you are the leader of the watch of the Nigerian environment, being the foremost environmental society in this country, which also have the mandate to protect the environment. And this can be testified by the presence of our DG Nozra and the DG Nezra. I would like to mention to us that beyond leadership and putting the various chapters together, our national president, in collaboration with the Board of Trustees and the newly incorporated College of Fellows, has an onerous task of ensuring that our bill, which is before the president for assent, is really given the assent for the establishment of an institute for environmental practitioners in this country, solely for the regulation of its members. There is nothing unusual about the institute, and there is nothing also sentimental about it, but rather it requires the collective approval if we must drive the sustainability of our environment to a logical conclusion. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, therefore, let me once again congratulate Dr. Okobia on his investiture as the 16th National President of the Nigerian Environmental Society. The 16th, for Christians, when you add 1 to 6, what you have is 7, and 7 is a perfect number. I can assure you that by the special grace of God, your tenure will be perfect and it shall be loaded with success and achievement. Thank you very much.
We can do better than that. That is the chairman, College of Fellow, Nigeria Environmental Society. That was a well-crafted and powerfully delivered by Professor Lawrence Ezemoye, past president, Nigeria Environmental Society. For the record, I had the opportunity of serving in his tenure, first tenure as secretary He's a man with detail, passion, drive, and of course, excellence. Thank you, Past President. Permit me to invite the very last good message. It's important that we don't, we have to take this. Please, Mr. Secretary Chairman of the occasion, because it's coming from no other organization than the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN. Engineer Aliu Rabiu is unavoidably absent, but he has sent in his goodwill message and is to be delivered by Engineer Dr. Wisin Ali, Fellow of the Nigeria Society of Engineers. Please come forward. We are not doing well with time, but I believe that engineers don't believe in too much grammar. They either go for design or construction, and everything must be on milestone and on schedule. The project milestone must be followed. So our project milestone is a program of events which we are fighting hard to ensure that we meet up with. Otherwise, the project cannot be deemed to have been completed on schedule. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, MC. My name is Engineer Dr. Wilson Ali. And for those who know Engineer Ali Rabiu, are much taller and bigger in size. So my fear now that if I stand on existing protocol, I hope I won't break it. Mr. Chairman, I greet you. And as I said, I hope I won't break the existing protocol by my weight. And I want to stand on existing protocol. Thank you. The celebrants of today, I want to congratulate you. I know a lot of butterflies in your tummy now. Yeah. The presence of your mom must have added to this. I want to thank you, Mama, for making it. What you are enjoying today is what I missed about 11 years ago when my mom passed a few days to my being awarded my doctorate. I knew how I felt. And that's why I'm congratulating you once again. The president of COREN is unavoidably absent. He had a arranged engagement and has asked me to stand in for him. So I will read his address as follows. It's a one-page address, one page, maximum 2 minutes. I'm out of here. It is my pleasure to congratulate the leadership and members of the Nigeria Environmental Society for organizing this investiture of the 16th National President-elect of the Nigerian Environmental Society, Dr. Efe Okobia, Fellow Nigerian Environmental Society. It is noteworthy that history is being made here today as we witness the passing over of the NES baton to an erudite and consumable professional who is a committed environmental protection and sustainable development advocate, a widely traveled expert, a team player, and a dedicated individual. It is indeed a great honor to be so associated with such a personality. Additionally, this occasion is important as part of the investiture ceremony. NES has brought together eminent personalities in diverse industries to this event. This will enable members of the society to interact and address topical issues affecting the environment and bring up vibrant resolutions to reposition the society. Its members and others to harvest the immense opportunities the event holds for the nation at large. COREN is a regulating body for engineers, and by an engineer, Rabiu is the first engineer, number one engineer in Nigeria, and he has kindly requested collaboration between COREN and NES so that this would bring about effective control, monitoring, and regulation of the environment. It should be noted that COREN and the engineering family applaud NES for creating a competitive advantage through increased visibility with strategic partners via its events such as this, and improving public partnership while promoting professionalism in Nigeria in line with international best practices. At this August occasion, I'm grateful for the opportunity given to me as a special guest to bring you this address. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a productive investiture on behalf of the council. Thank you, Engineer Ali A. Rabiu, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow American Society of Engineers, and fellow Academic of Engineers, and member of Federal Republic. Thank you.
Please, let's do some more clapping as he takes his seat. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll be taking the next item, and that will be item 9 on our program of events, paper presentation. But before we do that, just to prepare the ground for the guest speaker to come up stage. In the business world, we will always hear enabling environment. In the place of work, a lot of people will resign or be rushing to get a job in a place because of the work environment. At home, people get married and they will say, oh, it's such a wonderful family, the environment is friendly. Everywhere you go to and everything we get involved doing, place of environment is there. And this is one of the things that we look out for. Running to one country or the other, we get there and we see environment is superb. I want to believe that this time around in Nigeria, saddled with this opportunity on this 16th investiture ceremony, is going to usher us into the center of these beautiful environments, a lovely environment, healing environment, an environment that we can count on. On that note, I want you to put your hands together as I welcome our guest speaker for this occasion in the person of Professor Aliyu. Please, can we put our hands together as we welcome him off stage? You can do better, Professor Aliyu. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The chairman of this occasion, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Loki Irabo, ably represented by Major General Atu, the Director General of NOSDRA, the past president of Nigerian Environmental Society, and the Vice Chancellor of Igbinedion University, Professor Lawrence Ezibonye. members of the Board of Trustees, NES, the president, the 16th president of NES, Mr. Okobia, and his lovely wife and mother. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I got an invitation to serve as a guest speaker in this very great occasion. But there was no topic given to me. So it means I have the leverage to pick whatever I want that talks on the environment. So in my own wisdom, I feel that I should come up with something. One, just to talk briefly on the evolution of environmental protection, how we come about it in the whole world. And secondly, we'll just look briefly on problems facing the Nigerian environment. And thirdly, briefly, we look at the institutional framework put in place by the federal government in order to take care of the environment. And we look at the role of the NGOs in environmental protection. So I have a written speech, so I'll go through it. I am highly delighted to be invited as guest speaker at the Investiture and official unveiling of the 16th National President of the Nigerian Environmental Society. I am aware that the Nigerian Environmental Society is a professional, non-profit, non-governmental body which is committed to advocacy and actions towards environmental protection, sustainable environmental development, and promotion of environmental professionalism in Nigeria. NES has an overall objective of advanced practical knowledge in environmental technology design, construction, operations, maintenance, and control system for facilities. NES also promotes public understanding and encourages a sound national policy in matters relating to environmental quality control. Environmental protection movement originated in the United States of America in the mid-1960s and brought up a general awareness of the need for environmental protection. It led ultimately to the establishment of United States Environmental Protection Agency, USEPA. This new wave of environmental consciousness spread rapidly throughout the developed nations, bringing in its wake a new realization of the fact that development needs to be accompanied by, development needs not to be accompanied by environmental degradation. That is, whatever we do, we must use it, we must do it in a sound environmental manner to reduce the impact on the environment. The 1972 United Nations Conference on the Environment brought together the industrialized and the developing nations of the world for the common purpose of articulating the rights of the human family to a healthy and productive environment. Other major international meetings were convened and addressed other environmental related common human problems, such as right to adequate food, shelter, safe drinking water, etc. The past decades had witnessed a greater awareness of the deleterious effects of centuries of uncontrolled exploitation of global resources without adequate care of the environmental consequences of these biotic activities. These include the incidence of acid rain, the ozone layer depletion, the global warming, the continuous encroachment of the Sahara Desert on formerly fertile agricultural land and the threat to the survival of man caused by natural and man-made disasters such as floods, earthquakes, failures of dams, industrial pollution, etc. So coming to the Nigerian environment, Nigeria occupies a land of 923,773 square kilometers, with vegetation ranging from mangrove rainforests in the south through the various savannas in the middle belt to the semi-arid ecosystem of the northern Nigeria. The environment is richly endowed with diverse minerals, physical, biological, and energy resources, such as fishery, wildlife, timber, medicinal plants, ornamental, and food crops. Generally, the topography is varied with rugged hills and plateau, mountains in the southeast, and plains in the north. So what are the problems of Nigerian environment? The Nigerian environment is faced with numerous challenges, largely caused by human beings. That is, they are mostly man-made, and we have some natural causes. So some of the challenges facing the Nigerian environment include: one, over-cultivation of our farmlands. We indulge in over-cultivation without observing what our forefathers did, where they practice shifting cultivation, and they also practice crop rotation, and some of these bush fallows. We engage in over-cultivation, leading to the exhaustion of the nutrients of the farmlands. Secondly, one major problem is wood exploitation. In our rural areas, they rely on firewood as their domestic source of fuel. So this is done uncontrollably without minding to replant those plants that were harvested. Likewise, there is harvest of this wood for timber making and for charcoal production. There is massive felling down of these woods for charcoal making and export. Thirdly, there is problem of overgrazing. The semi-arid area in Nigeria are known to be the production area for 60% of the nation's livestock. So this region is highly overgrazed, and we are all aware this is one of the major causes of farmers' herders clash. The fourth problem has to do with urbanization and industrialization. Nigerian population is growing at a high speed. Presently, we are around 220 million. So there is massive migration from rural to urban areas, and there is also expansion due to industrialization. And this is associated with a lot of environmental consequences. The fourth problem facing us is soil erosion. So when it rains, especially now that we experience a lot of flooding, this rainwater wash off the topsoil, and the topsoil is the fertile part of the soil. So we lose a lot of soil, leading to coastal erosions, also in some littoral zones, which stretch from Calabar to Lagos. We also have problem of flooding. This flooding, we always associate it also to global warming. So we experience heavy rains in most part of the country, resulting in severe flooding, loss of lives and properties. In 2022, states like Jigawa, Bayelsa, Kogi, Lagos, Sokoto, Borno, Bauchi, Gombe, Yobe, Plateau, Niger, Kaduna, and others have witnessed a lot of this flooding. Number 7 is drought and desertification. So as a result of this climate change and loss of vegetation, we are facing a lot of challenges. The desert is encroaching day in, day out. And if this one is not controlled, it may be unbearable for us to live. And there is problem of forest fires. Some people set fires for the purpose of either gaming, but most of these fires would remain uncontrolled, leading to a loss of forest and forest cover and also other wildlife. So these are some of the challenges facing the Nigerian environment, and we must do something in order to address them. If not, it's going to be difficult for us to live in this part of the globe. So as a result of that, the government came up with some institutional frameworks for environmental development. Recommends that environmental protection measures should be built into projects right at the beginning of the planning stage, and that the ministry, parastatals, and the private sector international organization should be responsible for preventing any damage which their normal activities may cause to the environment. A call was made to the developing countries to create Ministry of Environment through the United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, which was established in 1972. Nigeria responded by creating the Ministry of Housing and Environment in 1975. After functioning for about 10 years, in 1984, the ministry was merged with the Ministry of Works. After the merger, the term environment was dropped, as the combined ministry was renamed Ministry of Works and Housing. Between 1979 and 1983, 2 important measures were initiated to put environment work on a sound footing in Nigeria. The first was the provision of 1% ecological fund under the revenue allocation. And the second was the drafting of the bill for the establishment of the Federal Environmental Protection Agency. Several other measures were taken by successive administrations, which include: 1, the establishment of the Harmful Waste Decree number 42 of 1982. Second, the Federal Environmental Protection Agency Decree 58 of 1988. And the third, National Policy on the Environment. So initially, it was Federal Environmental Protection Agency during the Babangida regime. Later on, Federal Ministry of Environment was established during the regime of President Musa Yar'Adua, and FEPA was subsumed into the Federal Ministry of Environment. So later on, the National Environmental Standard and Regulation Enforcement Agency was recreated out of the ministry. So the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency is a parastatal of the Federal Ministry of Environment. It was established by an Extra Establishment Act 2018 as amended. So the amended acts increased the membership of the board by adding the Minister of Health, and it also empowers the agency to review and certify audit reports of all existing facilities in the country. The vision of the agency is to ensure a cleaner and healthier environment, while the mission is to inspire personal and collective responsibility in building an environmentally conscious society for the achievement of sustainable development in Nigeria. So the agency has the mandate to enforce all environmental laws, guidelines, policies, standards, and regulations in Nigeria, with the exception of oil and gas, and also to prohibit the use, also to prohibit processes and the use of equipment or any technology that undermines environmental quality. It has also the mandate to enforce compliance with provisions of international agreements, protocols, conventions, and treaties on the environment, which Nigeria is a signatory. So the policy thrust of the agency are increasing significantly the level of environmental awareness and education, including capacity building. So that is an area where we feel we collaborate a lot with NES. We have been collaborating, but we need to do more. Secondly, carrying out effective environmental compliance monitoring and enforcement to ensure sustainable use of Nigeria's natural resources and to protect citizens' well-being and to control air, land, water, and water pollution. And thirdly, the coordination and promotion of research and studies in partnership with public and private institutions, various aspects of environmental degradation and pollution activities. So the agency has engaged in a lot of activities. One of them include addressing the menace of e-waste in Africa. We all know that Nigeria is almost a dumping ground for most of these electronics that come in as second-hand goods. So the agency is doing a lot and is implementing the extended producer responsibility for the e-waste. And we have gone for presently, we are piloting a project that is being sponsored by Jeff to showcase how to collect and recycle this e-waste in a sound environmental manner. We also engage in the enforcement of Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, CITES. Nigeria is a signatory to CITES, and based on that, we have developed the National Environmental Protection of Endangered Species in International Trade Regulations of 2011, which we always try to regulate the trade in this wildlife specimen. And the agency is trying to implement 2 programs in order to protect the quality of our air. We have the National Vehicular Emission Control Program for the mobile sources. And we also have the National Generator Emission Control Program. And it was plugged off recently by the Honorable Minister of Environment. The agency has also automated all its processes. Whatever you want to do, you can do it real time without having to go through the rigors of coming to our office. And presently, we have developed and gadgeted 35 national environmental regulations. Some of them are currently undergoing review to capture some of the gaps identified over time. We also engage in curbing environmental degradation by quarry operators by ensuring that we go on compliance monitoring and enforcement. We also attend daily to public complaints. We conduct regular public environmental education awareness program in both headquarters and state offices. We take this very serious to the extent that we have a directorate specifically for that, We build and promote partnership with both public and private sectors, including civil societies, professional bodies, international organizations to ensure proper policing and protection of the Nigerian environment and its natural resources. Come and brainstorm on matters affecting the environment. So these are some of the things we do as an agency. So now I'm going to just look briefly on the role of non-governmental organizations in environmental protection. The Council of Civil Society is a voluntary expression of the interests of citizens united by common goals, values, or traditions, and individuals into collective action, either as beneficiaries or stakeholders of the development process. The NGOs are widely accepted as capable of initiating and implementing meaningful development programs. I wish to highlight these are some of the strategies, and they are very good qualities that enable these NGOs to impact significantly. So by strengthen to join environmental movements such as the National Environmental Society and take an increasingly direct role in the management of their local environment. There is also growing need to work together to ensure effective implementation of environmental programs. Through environmental groups, therefore, individuals are increasingly able to influence national and global policies on the environment. There is, therefore, the need for partnership involving the participation of stakeholders from government, industry, NGOs with clearly defined roles, responsibilities, and activities for all stakeholders. Such partnership can create and promote synergies for environmental governance and would also, among others, build capacity and improve transparency by providing access to new information about particular environmental issues. As an agency saddled with the overall mandate to enforce all environmental laws, policies, and guidelines in Nigeria, our doors are open to partner with NES and other relevant organizations. Finally, I wish to congratulate Dr. Efe Bidiki Okobia Linson. And I wish to congratulate you on your election as the 16th president of the Nigerian Environmental Society. Let me rephrase that leadership is not necessarily a position or a title, but it is a call to action and service. Therefore, as you assume this great role, I encourage you to inculcate a sense of responsibility and commitment to achieving the objectives of the society. So I believe you can do it because you have the passion for the environment. We have been engaging with you for a very long time as an agency to see how we can solve the problem of air quality in Nigeria. So to members of NES at various chapters, I call on you to cooperate with the new president in taking the society to greater heights. Let me remind the gathering that we have only one planet and a common future. Therefore, as we think globally and act locally, the cardinal role of citizens, professional bodies, government, etc., is to work together with one another to make our environment healthier and safer for all Nigerians. Thank you very much for your attention.
Please, let's give additional round of applause to our guest speaker for today, the person of Leo Oro. Thank you very much. Please, we will just take a few recognition and we will go straight away to the main event of the day. Please, let's put our hands together as we welcome the president of Womerson, here present, Chief Akpabio Essien. Can we put our hands together for him? Are you here in the house? All right, thank you very much. You're welcome. Please, we'd like to also make welcome the representative of DG NECA. Please, are you here? Can you wave as we clap? Please clap and welcome. Thank you very much. Also, we'd like to welcome that in the house, Alhaji Saad Aliu. Please, can you wave? Let's put our hands together and welcome him. Thank you very much for finding time to be here. We truly appreciate. And let's also put hands together and welcome the MD of the People Solution in the person of Engineer Peter Adedoku. Please, can we wave to the audience? Thank you very much. You are welcome. And also we'll be welcoming the sister of the 16th president of NES in the person of Mrs. Kate Oyebode. Please, can we put hands together and make her welcome? You're highly welcome. Thank you very much. All right. The next, under the next item, I'll be calling on my partner to do this with me. We will be looking at the major event of the day, item 10 on our program of events. Please make welcome Mr. Paul to do this with us.
Thank you very much, Sunny. We are gathering speed and we hope to close this event as quickly as possible because late dinner is ready and waiting in the dinner room. There are going to be a brief profile. I said, sorry, late lunch. The lunch should be late. The lunch should be very late. So, but hopefully we'll finish quickly. We'll have a brief media, please. The profile of the 16th president of NES. While the profile is going on, May I invite the President?
The 16th National President-elect of the Nigerian Environment Society, Dr. Efegbudike Limson Okobia, joined the society in 2009. He became the Vice Chairman FCT chapter from 2011 to 2015, and then the chapter chairman in 2015. In assumption of office, his dynamic, creative, innovative, and technology-driven leadership quality was put into play with his executive officers. His first commitment to service delivery was at the 25th Annual National Conference and AGM in Owerri, Imo State, by accepting to host the 26th Annual National Conference and AGM the next year, 2016, in Abuja, with his executive officers. It was adjudged a conference with standard and benchmarked as the least the society should expect moving forward. Dr. Efegbudike Okobia, who is a practicing environmentalist, brought creative, impactful ideas into FCT chapter during his leadership years. He and his team introduced technical paper presentations during monthly meetings, presentation of awards to meeting attendees, participation in all paper presenters. Social welfare of members of FCT was a priority by creating social welfare officers that were responsible for per day of members. He and his team visited bereaved members, injured members, and members in the hospital, and they were able to build bridges across board. He and his team revived the student chapter in the University of Abuja, inaugurating the executives, and had World Environment Day events with Department of Geography and Environmental Management. He and his team were able to bridge the gap between industry advocacy, awareness, and research by collaborating with industries in the oil and gas sector, like Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. During his tenure, NNPC, now NNPC Limited, was registered as a corporate member to the society. With this business-like relationship, he had collaborations during World Environment Day at various years with NNPC. He led the national executive with his team to the GMD NNPC, building a symbiotic business relationship with a foreign firm, King's Corporation, incorporated in the United States of America, with the NNPC on ways of reducing sludge in their various storage facilities and tank farms, which brought in foreign experts from the United States of America to the country to discuss with NNPC top management on ways to accomplish sludge management. Dr. Okobia is a very active and passionate environment practitioner who has over the years ensured that the Earth Day and World Environment Day, which are global activities regarding the environment, were celebrated during his tenure as chapter chairman with his executives. He and his executives were able to build a symbiotic relationship with other groups, American Chemical Society Nigeria, Abuja Hikers. In 2017, a Work with Nature from Central Business District to Kuje, the Parks and Recreation Department of FCTA, with regards to Earth Day celebration, ensuring trees are planted in the federal capital. He and his team also took an initiative to the National Children's Park and Zoo at Sokoru, where they saw the need for creating tourism for children and adults. The park parks management designed leaflets showing the purpose of the park, capacity, animals, and tourist routes within the park, and other information of the park for tourism. Dr. Okobia and his team did not stop at anything, but continued their awareness drive to various social economic areas within the FCT, such as Utako Market and Computer Village, which is on one. They recognized the key environmental indices and were able to create awareness on electronic waste disposal and management in Computer Village. These they did by bringing together all parties in the market, with the executives to stakeholders sensitization meetings in both markets. A red alert scheme was introduced in the chapter to create awareness on environmental challenges in Abuja. Kapua village in Lube was visited based on the gory sanitary environmental conditions, improper waste disposal, and open defecation. Dr. Okoria was actively involved in all National Assembly engagements with the society during his tenure as chairman FCT chapter. He also chaired the Institute of Environmental Practitioners of Nigeria Bill Committee as chapter chairman and vice president. A private bill sponsored by NES and WAMSIN, the bill got to the presidency for assent twice. He and his team also reached out to telecom operator MTN, Airtel, Nine Mobile, and Globalcom, creating awareness to ensure that telecom operators see the need of strict compliance to environmental regulations while conducting their telecom business with regards to the environment. He and his team built bridges with the media houses by reaching out to NTA, AIT, radio station Wazobia FM, and print media, Guardian and Authority newspaper for publicity on interviews and creating awareness on environmental sustainability and pollution. He was actively involved in meetings with Buhari Area Council on waste management, National Bureau for Public Enterprise, and multilateral corporations, including embassies in Nigeria, on issues relating to the environment, one of which were visits to Buhari Area Council chairman and the Finland ambassador with the national executives on circular economy and how the NES can collaborate with the embassy for positive impact in Nigeria. Dr. Efebidike Limson Okobia is an environmentalist, businessman, technocrat, astute administrator, and entrepreneur. He is happily married and has 3 lovely children.
Okay, thank you so much. Distinguished chairman of the event and our esteemed guests, we have come to the climax of the occasion, and I have the singular honor of inviting the 16th President of Nigerian Environmental Society to come forward for the investiture. I respectfully request the past president here present, Dr. Uche Agbanusi, please. Professor Lawrence Ezemoye, and of course, Vice Chairman, representing Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Nigerian Environmental Society, please come forward to witness investiture. And upon the investiture, the distinguished chairman will lead the dignitary to formally welcome him as representative to this society. It's symbolic. Us at the high table. Mommy, the mother of our president, will also do that, and the wife. You have that privilege. And of course, the sister, thank you so much. On our behalf, they will do that. The BOT, we have to assist them. Okay. Sorry, BOT member, please assist them.
On behalf of the Nigerian Environmental Society and the Board of Trustees and College of Fellows, I hereby, Dr. Uche Abanusi, present to you the 16th National President of the Nigerian Environmental Society, Dr. Limson Efegbediki Okuya. I want to request our chairman, the chairman of the occasion, to come, and the two DGs, DG Nosdra and DG Nesria. Please, can we join hands? Please, I hope you will take these pictures very well. Thank you very much. I will now hand over to the MC. And President.
Thank you very much. Distinguished chairman of this occasion, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Erabon, CFRO, ably represented by Major General Elias Atu, the guest speaker, my very good friend, Professor Aliyu Jaru, the DG Nesra, my also very good friend, Mr. Idris Musa, DG Nostra, professional associations here present, esteemed past presidents, chapter chairpersons, fellow of our distinguished society, members here present. I don't want to forget our online participants who are watching us live. Followers of the Nigerian Environmental Society, my lovely wife, my mother, my sister, my very good executives, media, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and privilege to be officially inaugurated as the national president of the Nigerian Environmental Society. I would like to give thanks first to God Almighty for this opportunity, and also to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you sincerely who are taking our time to be part of this event physically. For entrusting me with this responsibility, I am aware of the weight of this opportunity and responsibilities, and I pledge sincerely to serve our society with dedication, honesty, and integrity. As I assume this role, I recognize the challenges that lies ahead of us. As a people, society, community, and nation, such as climate change, deforestation, pollution, and environmental degradation, which poses stress to the well-being of our citizens and our planet. It is essential that we act urgently and purposefully to address these issues. My vision for Nigerian Environmental Society is establishing a stronger institution, and that is with emphasis, a stronger institution, one of inclusivity, transparency, accountability, due diligence, acceptability, and responsiveness. We must work together as a united society, leveraging the knowledge and expertise we have and resources of our members to build a vibrant, dynamic, visible society capable of changing the narrative. During my tenure as the national president, I will patronize the following initiatives. Firstly, we will reach out to government and private institutions for collaboration that we've already started by our courtesy visit to the DG Nestra, the DG Nostra. There are other visits we are also had, which are going to take place after this event. Knowledge sharing with industries, knowledge sharing with government agencies and MDAs, technological transfer with international bodies, going by our membership capacity, which was emphasized by the DG Nesra during his speech, and corporate membership strength. We have corporate organizations who are members of the society. We are going to leverage on the membership strength to achieve a lot. This is important as all socio-economic activities are centered on the environment, which is a fact that cannot be disputed. This is demonstrated by the gathering of special guests to this investiture ceremony. You can see we have all capacity and across board. We have the military, we have captains of industries, we have NGOs, we have academic institutions, we have individuals who are gathered here today. Secondly, we'll make the Nigerian Environmental Society more visible to wider public through the power of social media. That we have already started doing. Our digital platforms are all running, our Twitter handle, our Facebook, Instagram, and we're also collaborating with the press to ensure that there's more visibility of the society. And traditional media channels. Unfortunately, the owner of Abaji is not here. We intend to channel most of our advocacy awareness campaigns through traditional medium. We will raise awareness of critical environmental issues and showcase the work of our society, the work our society is doing in addressing these challenges. There are a lot of innovative ideas we have put in place, which is going to come up very strongly. And that will be an environmental leadership series where we engage captains of industries who will address us and give us a talk on activities they are doing with regards to the environment so that we can hold them responsible. Thirdly, we will work to make the Nigerian environmental society more inclusive by involving members from diverse backgrounds, including women, youth, students, and marginalized communities. You saw that in the profile during my and country at large. This will require the operationalization of the society's Find an Expert database. If you look at the society website, you'll see a page there where you have Find the Experts. We are going to leverage on that. Every member of the society with their skill and expertise can be harnessed by industries and MDs. I'm also going to put in place a research and development unit for strengthening scientific knowledge based through research and development for mitigation of environmental challenges. Finally, we will make the Nigerian Environmental Society more vibrant and dynamic by holding regular events, workshops, and ensuring that our e-learning platform is activated to enable members participate in regular training sessions and learning events. Also on our website, we have an e-learning platform, which is going to come live on stream for members to build capacity and also impact their knowledge base. This will contribute to the development of a more robust and capable environmental sector in Nigeria. We will make the Nigerian Environmental Society more transparent, accountable, and accessible by establishing clear governance structure. And that is being put in place, and processes. By this investiture today, it is an institution of a clear governance structure and process that is being established. Promoting transparency and accountability and ensuring our members have access to information and resources to fully participate in the work of the society. Furthermore, we will work with other stakeholders towards ensuring that the Institute of Environmental Practitioners Bill before Mr. President is signed into law. That was also emphasized by the College of Fellows chairman's speech. That bill is very important, not only to the society, but to the country. As you are aware, there is no body regulating the practice of environmental practitioners in Nigeria. That is what we want to institute so that we can hold practitioners responsible for their acts, like you have COREN, ICANN, and other professional bodies. In conclusion, I am committed to building a society that is inclusive, and I emphasize on that: inclusive, responsive, vibrant, and dynamic, through knowledge sharing and networking with other professional bodies. That is also being established today by the presence of the COREN representative, Womasin, and other professional bodies here present. We can achieve our shared vision of a sustainable, safe, and healthy environment for Nigeria as we work, and as well as building the global South and the global North. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for attending this investiture ceremony.
Thank you so much, our amiable president, Dr. Efegbudike Limpson Okobia. Permit me to also recognize chapter chairmen who are in our midst. And I would like to particularly welcome in our midst the FCT chapter chairman, Architect Akin. Can you just wave your hand? And right beside him is a past chairman of FCT as well, fellow of Nigerian Environmental Society, and of course, a former National Financial Secretary, Dr. Tanplana Akin. Please wave your hand. Dr. Eugene Itwa. Please, powerful fellow. And so many others that are too numerous, but we just know that we're going to have a good time tonight during our College of Fellow meeting. We'll have the very last event before we go for our entertainment and refreshment. Our partners, I know that LNG is represented. Do we have representative of Nigerian local content as well? NNPC? Okay, we'll take LNG today. My colleague, member of the committee, will be taking that. Representative of LNG, please come forward while your citation is being read for your presentation. LNG, please. Come forward for the receipt of your awards.
The awardee is the Nigerian LNG Limited. The category of the award is Environmental Governance Sustainability. The Nigerian LNG Limited was incorporated on the 17th of May in 1989 to harness Nigeria's vast natural gas resources and produce liquefied natural gas and natural gas liquids for export. Located on the beautiful island of Bonny, the company has been in existence for over 3 decades. In its over 3 decades of existence, the company has steadily grown its production capacity to over 22 million tons per annum of LNG and 5 million tons per annum of natural gas liquids from its 6-train plants complex. It has become a reliable supplier of LNG in the Atlantic Basin, serving the European, South American, Middle East, and Far East markets. Over this period as well, the company has carved out a reputation for itself as the bastion of the Nigerian environment by demonstrating strong leadership in the management of biodiversity, sewage, solid waste, hazardous waste, and emission challenges, among others, in its area of operation. Recognizing the role of gas as a transition energy in the global discourse on climate change and global warming, the company has implemented several initiatives to deepen the penetration of gas as a cleaner fuel in Nigeria. This has contributed in no small measure to the reduction of carbon emission in Nigeria. Today, the Nigerian Environmental Society is giving this award of Environmental Governance Sustainability to the Nigeria LNG in recognition of the company's commitment to addressing climate change challenges in Nigeria through the implementation of its greenhouse gas and energy management plans. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Nigeria LNG.
May I welcome Professor Lawrence Ezemoye, Chairman, College of Fellows, to do that presentation. Please pick it up and come after him.
On behalf of the Nigerian Environmental Society, I have the singular honor to make this presentation to you for good stewardship with regards to the environment and also good governance in terms of the environment. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you very much. Let's put hands together for them one more time. Yes, in a bit to catch up with time, we'd like to find out if anyone is here present representing the local content from the NMPC. Is anybody here? NMPC and Nigeria Local Content Board. Any representative here present? Okay, just to confirm that. Okay, so let's take it. Okay. Okay, so the presentation for the two organizations will be adjourned to the later date. All right. Okay. Can we? Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's just take a response from the representative of NLNG.
The President, the Nigeria Environmental Society, respected dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here on behalf of Nigeria LNG Limited, especially our Managing Director, Dr. Philip Sherbila, who is unavoidably absent today, to express our sincere gratitude to the Nigeria Environmental Society for finding us worthy of this wonderful award. NLNG operates in a small space, but it is gratifying to note that the little efforts we are putting or we are making in ensuring environmental sustainability is being noted. It's something we are very happy about. And I believe this award is something that will spur us to even do more to ensure that at least the environment is made safe, not just for today, but for future generations. So thank you once again for this award, and I'll go home back to my company very happy and present this to my executive management. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. Very quickly, we'll just use this opportunity to recognize the presence of Nigeria Export Promotion Council, a representative representing the EO and CEO of Nigeria Export Promotion Council, Dr. Ezra Yakusa. They represent in the person of Mrs. Leticia. Please, can you wave? Thank you very much. You're welcome. And I would truly appreciate. Very quickly, going for having a musical interlude and then for the entertainment our ladies at the gate, at the door, will be directing us appropriately to where we'll be having the lunch. All right, let's get the details. We have 2 locations to be directed to, so let him quickly give us the details and we'll do that. Thank you very much for making our time to be here and making it a historic day and moment for the 16th president of the Nigerian Environmental Society. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion. All right, just hold on for my partner.
Yeah, sorry, we need to quickly wrap up this aspect. Mr. President, could you come forward with your officers? Mr. President, Public Secretary, Vice President 1, the Treasurer, and Planner Richard. Where are you people? Please come forward with your president so that we can, it's a teamwork. We also have the National Secretary, the head of the Secretariat. Where is he? Pastor Wale. Please, Pastor Wale should quickly join us so that we can close this event. Don't worry. Just stand. Just stand. Just thank you.
And the chairman of today's occasion, the BOT members here present, the former president of NES, you can see IPP Worldwide smiling, and the chairman of the College of Fellows, our mama here in the house and the wife of Dr. Okobia, our president, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for attending this occasion. We've seen high-level collaboration between NES and the stakeholders. And we promise that even as the chairperson today and the guest speaker and the president has reaffirmed our collective role in protecting our environment, that we'll do our best to sustain the Nigerian environment. Thank you for coming. And as you'll be going back, we wish you journey mercies. Thank you and thank you.
Thank you, Vice President 1. Mr. President, your first assignment after your investiture is to lead side by side with our distinguished chairman of the day, with the chairman board of trustee, chairman college of fellow, of course, side by side with your wife and mother, privileged to be with you today. Then the fellows will fall behind for our refreshment. Then other members can follow after that. So, Mr. President, I want to take a photograph, please. Please, let's have an official photograph of the president and his officers, please. It's important. For the record, please. Official photographer, did you get that? You got that? Excellent. Sir President, you are on record. Yes. They should come with you. Please, Chairman of the occasion, please join as guest speaker. Nosdra, Mommy, and of course, Mrs. Okobia. Please join. Board of Trustee, please. Past President. Past President, of course. Please, if you don't mind, I have to rearrange you. You this way. Stay by your mommy, then you come this way now. Okay, it's okay. All right. Stay by. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. Please, let's get that on record. Very important. So that 2 years after this, we can look behind and give God the glory for accomplishments. Thank you so much. Excellent. So in this order, those of us on the platform go straight out there for the late lunch. We apologize. We apologize for the late lunch, huh? Yes, okay. Fellows led by Dr. Eugene, you fall behind? I don't know. You be directing them. No, we are calling your fellow, don't worry.